This video is being put together to help Year 9 with their sums when they're not allowed to use a calculator, all to do with their forthcoming GCSE exam where they're not allowed to use a calculator. They've had a test of 20 questions and I'm going to go through some techniques to help answer some of these questions and get these right. First question on the test was 6 times by 9. That's just a times tables question. Times tables need to be learnt. There's no real other way around it. So 6 times by 9, you just really need to know. But there are some other ways around it. If you don't know your tables, you've still got to be able to get the answer. So one thing to do, 6 times by 9, is just write down 6 9 times and add them up. 6. So we write down 6 9 times and just add up and count on your fingers. That's 6 plus another 6 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12. Plus another 6, count up on your fingers, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And another 6, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And just keep going and eventually you'll get the answer. But there's no excuse for people not being able to do this. You either know your tables or you work it out. And another trick for timesing by 9, 6 times by 10, everybody in that group should know that if you times by 10 you just put a naught on the end. So 6 times by 10 is 60. Well, we didn't want 10 sixes, we wanted 9 sixes. So I need to take 6 off that 60 to get 9 sixes. And as you count down from 60, 6 times you go 59, 58, 57, 56, 55 and then 54. So that is the answer. 9 sixes with 54. So the next question, question 2, which was 12 times by 7. Again, really it should be known from the times tables. But if you don't know that, write 12 down 7 times. And add up and use your fingers. So 112 is 12. Add another 12 on. Well, if you add 10 on, you get to 22. And you need another 2, 23, 24. To add another 12 on, add 10 on, 34. And you need 2 more, 35, 36. Add another 10 on, 46. And 2, 47, 48. If the worst comes to the worst, do it, any drawings that will help you, but use your fingers, count on your fingers, whatever. You need to be able to get those right. It has to get the tables right, either by learning them or by working out and repeatedly counting up. It doesn't matter. You've got to get them right. The next question was 54 divided by 6. Again, I hope people would know what the answer is from their times tables. And there's not much point in doing this one as an old-fashioned divide, because if you do this, 6 into 5 doesn't go, and then you still get 6 into 54. So that doesn't really help on these simple ones. If you need to know how many 6s go into 54, just work out, again, by counting up. 1 6 is 6, 2 6s are 12. 3 6s, count up another 6, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Another 6, count up 6, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And keep going. Another 6, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Another 6, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Another 6, because we've got to get to 54. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Still not there. Another 6. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. We're getting closer. Another 6. 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. That's the answer we're looking for. How many 6s was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the answer to that question is 9. That wasn't done through using tables. That was just done through counting up. So again, there's no reason why that sort of question cannot be answered. The next question was 68 divided by 8. So let's do this one the same way, assuming we don't know our 8 times table. 1 8 is 8. Add on another 8. Use your fingers if necessary, so you'll be counting up 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We need to get to 68, so let's add on another 8. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And another 8. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. And another 8. If we keep going, we'll get 40, we will get 48, another 8 will get 56, another 8 will get 64, another 8 will get 72. Now 68 is in here, between 64 and 72. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 eighths. And that one there is 9 eighths. So 68 is between 8 eighths and 9 eighths. So we've got 64 up to 72. Well, the gap from 64 to 68 is a gap of 4. So the answer is 68 with a remainder of 4. But at GCSE, you mustn't leave things as remainders. You need to think of it differently. It's 68 with 4 left over, and we were dividing by 8. So if you write it like that, 68 and 4 eighths, where this is a fraction, you will get the full marks for that. You wouldn't get full marks for the remainder at GCSE. And if you think of it, 4 eighths as a fraction, you can cancel down. 2's go into both of those numbers. We can divide them both by 2. 2 goes into 4 twice. 2 goes into 8 4 times. Again, 2 goes into both of those. We can cancel that down. 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 4 twice. So 4 eighths is the same as a half. So the answer to that question would be 8 and a half. Just realise that 6 shouldn't be there. That should have been 8 and 4 eighths. So the answer to that question is 8 and a half. Because 8 went in 8 times up to here, and then the gap from 64 to 68 was half of 8. So that's another way of thinking of that. But we did that without knowing the times tables. We did that by repeatedly adding up, and that's a way to get these questions done. The next question on the sheet was question 5, 486 times by 0.5. Every student in this class ought to know that 0.5 is the same as a half. So this sum is the same as 486 times by a half. And that means half of 486. And if you're finding a half of anything, that's the same as dividing by 2. So all of these sums here are the same. 486 times 0.5 is the same as 486 divided by 2. We can divide that by 2 using what some people call the old bus stop method. The first number, the number you're dividing, comes here, and the number you're dividing by goes on the outside. 2 into 4 goes twice, with no remainder. 2 into 8 goes 4 times, with no remainder. And 2 into 6 goes 3 times, with no remainder. So there's the answer. 243 was the answer to that question. So you need to be aware that timesing by 0.5 is exactly the same as dividing by 2. And also, timesing by 0.25, which is the same as 1/4, is the same as dividing by 4. And final one for now, timesing by 0.1, which is the same as 1/10, is the same as dividing by 10. And those facts need to be learnt. So this is now going to continue in part 2 of the video.